This is a decorated manager that before that, if he had never managed for the Astros, if his career had ended with his time with the Washington Nationals, you would make a serious case for Dusty Baker to be a Hall of Fame manager. So this is a guy with a Hall of Fame resume who had to clean up a mess that I don't think any of us had seen in our baseball lifetime. And it was unmatched to see a grown man address all these questions connecting to a scandal that he had nothing to do with. He had nothing to do with. And in a way, he managed baseball through that. He didn't just manage one team. He helped all of us get around this it was a scar for the sport.
Well, and your biggest compliment always comes from your peers, right? And it came down to Dusty and Buck Showalter. And Buck, I remember talking to Buck, and he actually said Dusty's the perfect guy for this job because his personality and what he brings is the perfect guy for this, for the task that you just talked about. This was saving the sport of one of the ugliest scandals in the history of our sport. And so, yeah, that was a tough one, but Dusty was the guy. He's there at the right time, and I just think when somebody like Buck compliments you and says, this is the guy, the right guy for this, then it speaks volumes.
I mean, you go back to 1993, he got his first managerial win with the Giants in a win over the St. Louis Cardinals. And you think about 5 organizations that he's been with. He's won with all 5. I get it. The only knock, he hasn't won a World Series title. This win, number 2,000, to me, cements him into the Hall of Fame, and it's much deserved. And unfortunately, he doesn't get enough credit for being a great manager. He's not a good manager. He's a great manager.
And he brought up his good friend Ralph Garr, who's one of the great scouts in the history of our sport. They played together with the Atlanta Braves. And I just think about Hank Aaron. Because Hank Aaron, Dusty was on deck, the on-deck hitter, when Hank hit 715. But the influence he had on him, Cito Gaston, and Ralph Garr. Think about the impact he had on those 3 men, how they profoundly affected our sport. Dusty got his 2000th win tonight. Cito Gaston's won 2 World Series as a manager. And Ralph Garr has put countless players in the big leagues.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool stuff.